Hey, how's it going, everybody? Stephen Kirk here of Abacus Costumes and Props. You RPF cats probably know me as Mr. Fusion, however. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for checking out my office here. Actually, this is one of only 2 full-size shuttle pods that was made for Star Trek Enterprise. We own one of them, and I'm currently in the process of restoring it back to Starfleet code. Also in our Star Trek department, check this out. Full-size photonic torpedo tube from Enterprise. Naturally, you cats know that this is just a regular photon torpedo tube pulled out of the mold that was made for the motion picture version, but it's painted this lovely Enterprise gray here to kind of keep in the color palette consistency of Star Trek Enterprise. We're not just about sci-fi, though. We have got costumes and props that go back as far as The Adventures of Robin Hood, the Errol Flynn version, all the way up to contemporary films of today. And we've not just got costumes, but we also have props. We have got a ton of weapons. You're going to love this stuff. Take a look over here. We actually have some stuff pulled for a production, a Nickelodeon TV show, and this is a good cross-section here of some of the different weapons that we have. We have things here from the current, or the recent version of King Arthur. We have weapons here from the 13th Warrior. We've got fire arrows from the Last Samurai. We've got a crossbow here from King Arthur. We have got here, come over and take a look at this stuff too. This is actually a pretty good one here. This gives you a good cross-section of some of the weapons we have as well. This is from Last Samurai. We've got aluminum as well as resin ones. We've got broadswords from King Arthur. We've got contemporary shotguns. We have got all kinds of really great stuff. So what I want you to do, come with me now, if you will, as we peel back the curtain here at Abacus Costumes and Props and take a look and see some of the cool stuff we've got. Let's take a look. Let me show you these big statues that we've got here. You see this big statue here? You see that big statue over there? From the Matrix Reloaded. You remember the great scene when Neo has the big battle with all the guys in the chateau, and basically the only 2 things that are left standing at the end of that big battle is this statue that's out in the corridor and that statue that's at the base of the spiral staircase where they're having the big fight. Now look at this. We've got a couple of these. I'll show you the full-size version of this in a little while, but this is Gustav from the film Primeval. This is one of the close-up beauty gators here, so you can take this guy home. It's a great home security, this guy. Another shot of the shuttle pod from the front. These here, we actually have a few of these as well. This is a prototype costume from The Village, the M. Night Shyamalan film. The final version were the monsters, quote unquote, that had the big red cloaks on and all that. In the supplemental footage on the DVD, though, you can see these costumes being tested. These things are they're just nasty, but they're great. Halloween's just around the corner, right? Let's check out some other stuff. Come on. Now, if you're familiar with the Santa Claus films, you might be familiar with this piece here. This is actually the centerpiece of Santa's workshop. How cool is this? It's the Naughty and Nice globe where we've got all these great fiber optics, and this, when it's fully functional, it's currently having some work on it right now to bring it back up to code. But the globe rotates around. We've got the continents that all light up with the fiber optics. It's a really awesome piece. So we've got some big, big stuff. Let's see some other stuff. Come on over. This will give you an idea just how big this place is and how much stuff we've got. If you look down here, you see a couple of rows of pallet racks. Well, we go another 10 in that direction, and each one of them is filled floor to ceiling. We've got ninjas, we've got everything, and the costumes on these are great. And what some of you may not know, if you're a fan of Heroes, there was in the 2nd season there was a handful of episodes where you may recognize these guys from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Look at this. We got our Vogons here that all light up. They're fully functional, as it were, even to the point, if you are so inclined. How awesome is that? Here's another one of the Vogons that we have here. And these, as you know, were all done by the Henson Studios. These are all fully animatronic. They still have all the cabling inside and everything. And the detail on these things are awesome. If you get a chance to actually, we're going to be here till the end of February. If you get a chance to come into the facility and take a look at these guys before they get sold, I mean, with the custom-made glass eyes, hair plunged in for the eyebrows and everything, these things are really, really cool. Down here we get back into our weapons again because we have got a whole collection of weapons from King Arthur, and it's everything from a ball mace like this, which of course is rubber, to actual metal weapons that are actually fairly sharp and dangerous. But we've got swords, we've got axes, we've got quivers for bows and arrows, we have daggers, we have really, and you remember these from King Arthur as well. This is from the, this is the director's cut here. Now these are great rubber weapons here, and we've got, as you can see, we've got a few racks of these as well. Then we get down into some of the hero swords from King Arthur, and they're really, really beautiful stuff. Check this out. We were looking at the stuff from the Matrix before, that big fight scene with Neo in the chateau. Well, take a look at these. These are some of the weapons from that scene. I'm sure you recognize this stuff. We've got axes, we've got spears, both with resin and with rubber tips. We have this is one of the prototype ones. You can see it's very cool because it's a prototype that has all the pieces to show it off and then molded up for the upper parts here, but an unfinished one. Very cool. And then we have a bunch of axes and broadswords as well from King Arthur. You see we've got all kinds of really groovy weapons here as well. And take a look over here. We've got two of these. They're about 18 feet long. They come with feet that you can take off. It has a tail that seems to go on forever in the back there. The detail on this thing is awesome. This is something that needs to go into like a theme park or a haunted house, that kind of stuff. This is a really, really groovy piece. Let's take a little weapons break, shall we? Check this out. From the Disney version of Three Musketeers, starring Chris O'Donnell and Oliver Platt from a few years ago, Kiefer Sutherland. So as you can see, we've got costumes from V. Of course, we've got a shock trooper here, but we've got shock troopers, we've got security, we've got the standard uniforms. And speaking of uniforms, we've got a great collection from Demolition Man, and we are talking about from the hats all the way down to the jodhpurs, all the specialized belts. We've even got some of the jackets that have the speakers built in, and even a few of the jackets left, only a few, that have got the SAPD lapel pins. Very awesome. And a huge collection of stuff we have from Babylon 5 and Crusade. Take a look over here, because there is one each of everything. We've got racks and racks of all these different costumes from Babylon 5 and from Crusade. And we do have a few name pieces left as well, including stuff from Daniel Day Kim, who's currently on Hawaii 5-0, but of course was on Lost. So we've got jumpsuits, we've got jackets, coats, pants, hats, we've got all kinds of different really great stuff from Babylon 5. And this movie has got some really awesome costumes as well. This, of course, is Red Planet, which starred Val Kilmer and Benjamin Bratt, amongst others. We have everything from the environmental suits, including, and the suits even come with the respiration bags there. We've got the pressure suits, which is a great costume you see here. We've only got one of these spacesuits left, however. But this is a really great, and this one actually even lights up. It's got a battery pack built inside. And in our vintage collection, we found a piece, this very rare piece from Gene Roddenberry series, Genesis 2. And we've got hero costumes from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is one of the costumes that we have many, many multiples of, these robes here, but we've also got hero pieces, and we'll be showing those in a different video. We have a bunch of different costumes for the prisoners from Alien 3. And then we also have a lot of different stuff from the Matrix trilogy. You'll recognize this robe here. We've got a lot of different stuff, and that stuff will all be up on the website as well. And then we've got our sports department, of course, from the Game Plan, starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Mr. 3000 by Bernie Mac. We've got The Rookie. We have got Remember the Titans. We've got Invincible. We've got all kinds of background uniforms. So if you dig these movies and want to have these team names, you really be able to get a good price on these. And that includes helmets and hats and everything. From Angels and Demons. This is a great multi-layered costume and very authentic and very reasonably priced as well. And then if you want to talk a large volume of costumes, we have got box after box after box of distressed clothes from Poseidon, the Kurt Russell version that was out a few years ago. We've got formal wear for both men and women, as well as contemporary clothes worn by people that were in the nightclub as well. And we've got enough of that to fill 50 haunted houses. If you're doing a haunted house, these are great costumes. These make great zombie costumes, plane crash victims, whatever. We also have a bunch of Navy uniforms from Annapolis. We have background pieces as well as some key pieces from The Village, the M. Night Shyamalan film. We've got Sigourney Weaver's costume on display here, and that's available. We also have a lot of different stuff from Gangs of New York, which is very great quality very realistic for the time period and very well built. Then we get into some of the stuff from the Patriot. We saw that stuff hanging up before as well, but now you get a chance to see it in action. Like I said, everything from the hats down to the boots, both for the American and British soldiers. We've got the Dragoon soldiers with those great helmets. Some really great stuff. And we also showed you the other Boleyn girl before as well. We can take a spin around this so you can see these from the front and back, because the quality on these is really something. I mean, if you're into Ren Fair, any type of role-playing stuff like that, or just looking for a great costume for Halloween or for theatrical production, these are really, really awesome. And speaking of vintage costumes, we've also got from the, if you're into historical Hollywood, you're going to love these. From the 1960s Camelot, we actually have a large selection of gowns, both by the ladies of the court as well as just the peasants and townfolk. There's a wide variety of styles, a wide variety of colors, a wide variety of prices on these. And then we talked about Alexander before. Here's a great look at a lot of the different styles that are available for the Alexander armor. There were huge battle scenes in that movie with all these different armies and everything, and they're all represented at Abacus Costumes and Props. And once again, all the way from the helmets all the way down to the sandals or boots, they've got the entire collection here. And some of the Alexander costumes were actually rented from the company to be used in the Jack Black film Year One. So we've got all the Year One costumes as well. And here's a couple of examples of costumes that were used for the production of Heroes. And then you can also see, finishing up here, we have got one of the Imperial Army soldiers from The Last Samurai. And the great thing about these is that we've got all the belts, all the weapons, the shoes, the spats, everything. Like I said, there's over 500,000 pieces of memorabilia in the collection. And it's all available, and it's all, take a look on our website, www.abacuscnp.com or abacuscostumesandprops.com. If you got any questions at all, you can hit me up on the board. You can go ahead and hit me here at info@abacuscnp.com, and we'll answer all your questions and get lots of good stuff in your closet. Thanks for looking, guys. Thanks, everybody, for visiting Gustav and myself here at abacuscostumesandprops.com. As you have seen, we have hundreds of thousands of really cool and unique Hollywood collectibles here. Whether it's something you want for your own collection, or to make a great gift for somebody else, or to put into your theater group or your haunted house, we have got great stuff here. Thanks again for visiting. You know, there was one other prop I wanted to talk about. I can't. Oh yeah. We also have hundreds of thousands of pieces of breakaway glass, too. Check us out online, abacuscostumesandprops.com.